I'm the one star, Caden Felix, and right now, I'm gonna be your host, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Marvelous, James Runyon. Join us as we cast as cast can. Listen. Everybody knows that the epicenter of all the drama in Ontario indie wrestling, it goes back to that board that was started a long time ago, on a message board in the 90s, way back, but now it's on Facebook, and it's the Ontario indie board.
How old is that board?
It's a few years old, and you know who would know? It would be the proprietor. It would be the admin. It would be Chris D. Carvalho, who's been around a long time, the chant monkey himself, yeah.
So, we're talking about the Ontario Indie Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so then why are we filming this right now?
Well, first of all, we're talking about it. Who are we? Who are we, Mr. Marvelous James Runyon?
Well, yeah, of course. So you know who I am. I'm Mr. Marvelous James Runyon.
Oh, I know.
I've wrestled in 8 different countries, won titles in half of them, trained by Lance Storm, and got further training by Yuki Ishikawa at Battle Arts.
That's right. His prized pupil. I'll say that to you.
Yes, this is true. He's gone on record.
I'll say that to you.
I'm his best student was a direct quote. And yeah, so we're here to talk about some wrestling. And why don't you, Buck? Why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
Well, who am I? That's a great Jackie Chan movie. And on that note, you're looking at the former Buck Gunderson, right? And I know you like to affectionately refer to me as that name.
Well, I mean, I've known you a long time.
And incidentally enough, Buck Gunderson is the first ever Canadian to ever pro wrestle in China. Yeah. Buck Gunderson started his training at Squared Circle Training with Rob Fuego and Jordan. Yeah. And his fellow Demand Luchador, Jordan Marquez. Yeah, that's right. And from there, I had my debut match, my first official debut match with Tyson Dukes. And from there, I went on to have in excess of 1,500 matches. I went on to Battle Arts Academy. Yes, Santino Morella's Battle Arts Academy. I participated there in Yuki Ishikawa's first ever class of pro wrestling as the first ever student to sign up. I wrestled in the first ever main event at a Battle Arts show. I won the first ever championship in the history of Battle Arts, including the Japanese lineage. The first ever light heavyweight champion, the first ever multi-time champion in Battle Arts. I've wrestled in Japan, toured there with Taka Michinoku's promotion, Kai and Tai. I've wrestled for all over the United States, toured Canada, won titles internationally. I've done more seminars than anyone of you on the Ontario board have ever done cumulatively, probably.
That's a mouthful.
In the United States, I'm just going to list it right out here. OVW, WXW, DDT, WCCW. Yeah. Do you have anything to add, Runyon?
Well, I was there at Battle Arts when you were there, remember?
Absolutely. And that's what afforded me. Thank you, Toy, for the opportunity to do all these things. And now the opportunity is here for us to connect on CastAsCastCan, because we're going to cast as cast can. Now, how are we going to do that, James?
Well, we have a little bit of an issue, right?
To say the least.
To say the least, yeah. And the issue is this passive aggressiveness that is rampant.
Now, let me talk about this problem. Because pro wrestling is usually at the forefront of everything in media, in society, in pop culture. You talk about the early days of television, And what resonated on those small screens was the facial expressions. What resonated with people who were immigrants who couldn't speak English was the emotion, was understanding, pinning someone and keeping them down more so than a bunch of ants on a small screen playing baseball or soccer or any other sport. Always at the forefront was pro wrestling. At the forefront of pay-per-view. Pro wrestling invented pay-per-view. Pro wrestling was at the forefront of VHS. Pro wrestling was at the forefront of the internet. Pro wrestling was at the forefront in the 90s of the extreme revolution in terms of sports, in terms of comic book hyper-realism, and now we're languishing. Pro wrestling is languishing as the zombified corpse of wokeness drags forward the rotting... I can't even... I'm disgusted. I've lost my train of thought, but I'm not going to tag you in here, Ryan.
I think what you're getting at is that wrestling... back in the day, in the earlier days, used to be very controversial.
Yes.
And all the wrestlers that were in the business were very heavily driven to drive those controversies.
One of the best wrestling books I ever read, Controversy Creates Cash by Eric Bischoff. Sure. Go on.
Yeah, and it...
And now they're shying away from it. And we had the Attitude Era, we had the New Generation Era, we had the Ruthless Aggression Era, but right now, I'm sorry, Runyon, but we're in the Passive Aggressive Era right now.
But like it seems really rampant on this Ontario Indie Facebook page, right?
Especially as being part of it. And you see it with the Passive Aggressive Era, with the vague posts.
The vague posts, yeah. So I think what we wanted to do is we want to strive to create solutions for these rampant issues that seem to come up. And what we thought is we would come on screen.
Well, let me talk a little bit more about the issues. I want to be a little bit more explicit because that's what we're going to do. We're going to name names. We're going to do that. You just wait and see when the time is right. But as you know, today we're talking about a brown stain, a particular brown stain among many. But there's a lot of vague posts out there that you see. There's a lot of people making boo-boo faces about things they see and saying nothing instead of being a man and doing something about it. And we're going to talk about those brown stains. But tonight, we're talking about a particular one that happened at the Rock Pile.
There was a recent controversy, right? And a lot of fans have chimed in, and there was a lot of posts put up on Facebook. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go through those posts. Is that right?
But there's so many... Listen. We're going to get there. We're going to talk about that, Runyon. We're going to look at those posts. We're going to look at the deleted posts. We're going to look at the screen grabs that you got. But there's something else we're going to delve into because there's a lot of brown stains at the Rock Pile. And it isn't the one in Tomer's stinky gear that we're going to talk about.
No, not in the Tomer.
No.
Tomer's cool.
And it isn't the one in Steve Brown's stinky Batman gimmicks, which I'd never understood. Superman, Batman, why is Steve... I don't get it. But it's perhaps Steve Brown himself and a particular incident that happened there at the Rock Pile. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Well, yeah, so apparently what happened was there was a match, the main event match at the Rock Pile, and the match was...
Very prestigious,
prestigious
especially
match.
Considering, when you consider that the first ever promoter booker to run at the Rock Pile was the illustrious Buck Gunderson, who we already spoke about.
I didn't know that.
There was never wrestling at the Rock Pile till that happened.
So basically, you are the Pandora's box of getting wrestling at the
I'm
Rock
the
Pile.
Pandora's box of so many things, and we'll talk about all those things. There's so many things that I invented, that I revolutionized, that I innovated. But for today, we'll concentrate on one, which is the Rock Pile. If you want to call it the Buck Pile, I won't blame you.
There was a prestigious match between champion Steve Brown, the Bone Crusher, and Tomer Shalom.
I like Steve Brown. I like Tomer even more, truthfully.
Fair. But they had a match, and during the match, there was an altercation between Steve Brown and a fan. And there's been a lot of posts, a lot of comments, a lot of insults.
Oh, yeah.
So...
and on that Ontario board we're talking about.
On the Ontario Indie Facebook page.
Right.
So if you want to join the page, maybe we can get some more people in there. There's not many people in there, but maybe we get some more people in there. And but are we ready? We got all the posts here. You ready to pull up the posts?
I'm ready to pull up the post, but I first want to sort of set the stage for what we're going to dive into. We're going to dive into the fact that, firstly, we had an accusation made. We had an accusation made, and listen. I want to put it out there. The reason we have a little bit more disclosure, like we're gonna make chapters here. If you don't want to hear about this rationale, you want to get straight to the dirt, you can skip ahead to the next chapter. But right now, we're gonna tell you about our mission plan, about our mission directive right here, and it's the cast as cast can because it derives back obviously to catch as catch can. And when it comes to pro wrestling, Runyon and I, we agree on certain philosophies. We agree on certain fundamentals. We differ in certain areas. We have our own tastes. But we can talk like rational human beings. We can listen to each other in a way not many can in pro wrestling, yet alone life day to day.
Yeah, having a conversation. Imagine that. What a concept.
Exactly. So the first conversation I want to talk about, and we're going to talk about, is the one started. And you know what? And we're going to be fair. We're not going to talk about, I have personal issues. Every single person coming up in here, I have personal issues with that I could delve into. And I'm sure you could too, Runyon, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. So we're not interested in slinging mud at people. We just want to look at the facts and look at both sides.
We're going to look at the brown, dirty facts.
We're going to look at the brown, dirty facts.
Right here tonight.
And we're going
to
We're going to just present information and then maybe make a judgment at the end. But my decision at the end will not be influenced by things that I've experienced with these people in the past. I think, and that's the same for you. Correct?
Yes, we have our own likes, dislikes, political affiliations, and takes.
I don't
on
even agree
wrestling.
with you on everything politically. So
no, but
we're not going to go into
fundamentally politics. In wrestling. We agree. We just have different approaches. I'm talking about politically wrestling, like the way we look at wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like there is politics involved. There is states' view involved. All these type of things. Our fundamentals are there, but we just take different approaches. Is that fair to say, James?
Well, for sure, because I mean, I'll say straight up, I'm a better wrestler than you. I'm saying technician wrestler. Yeah. You know,
okay.
Guy.
Well,
even though you're very good, and I know you.
I have the knowledge. I just don't use it. Why do I have to use it? I mean, you have to use it, and you don't even get as freaking over as I do.
And that's the
when I don't. And that's the truth. What do you get? You come out in your robe, and you stand in your robe, and then I'm the heel, and I get your ass over. So, and I've done it, and I'll do it again, and I'm proud to do it.
Not often.
It's happened more than once. Anyhow, let's get back to the point here. We'll talk about that later.
Why don't we get to the post?
All right. So first of all, we're going to start with Michael Clark. As we mentioned. And you know what? Post. Again, with it being fair, with everything being fair, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to disgust me. It's going to make me sick to my stomach, potentially, that I might agree with some of these people, such as Michael Bognadow. But, you know, I'm just going to push through. I'm just going to do it right now for all of you. All right, for the benefit.
Yeah, pull it up.
All right, so without further ado, here we go. The first post that started it all. The man I just mentioned, Mike Clark. Let me, if I may. Cutting a promo and calling the paying fans retards and pussies, not professional. Assaulting a fan, Steve Brown do better. Taking a fan's french fries and dumping them on him, then throwing an empty water at the fan, completely unprofessional. This guy, who is observed as a mentor to the young talent, wrestles in his street clothes and himself and his talent. Watch 81-year-old Jimmy Hart help with the ring, and none of them stepped in. Disgrace.
That's a mouthful.
What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think the incident he was referring to, there was a couple incidents he referred to, but there was an incident at a show, I think it was CWF.
CWO? Or what?
No,
Jimmy was there. Jimmy was there. No, you're talking about the one with Jimmy. I don't know. You know better than me.
I don't know. I'm just going in an order that
or was it GCW?
GCW?
Was it? I don't know.
It might have been. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
But what happened was, like, none of the wrestlers help with the ring anymore, I guess, or at least in Ontario. And
have you ever seen Mike Clark help with the ring? If Jimmy Clark is, Mike Clark?
Mike can't.
Okay,
Mike
so
can't even stand a lot.
Jimmy Clark can't, or Jimmy Hart can. Mike Clark.
Well, no. So here's
he doesn't.
The thing.
Oh, he's above it. So his qualifications must be even more illustrious.
What do you think about wrestlers setting up with the ring? What do you have thoughts on that?
Well, let me tell you this. If there's an opportunity to do it and the stars align, I mean, as someone who's been at it since 2008, I do it. And I can tell you this. Who are the members? What was Rene Dupree's tag team partner name?
Sylvain Grenier.
Sylvain Grenier. I was in a show with Sylvain Grenier, and I had just bought a ring, and this was a show in Aurelia. And we were setting the ring up for the first time as fans were lined up outside. And the ring, setting it up that first time, there's a few hiccups, there's a few things you got to figure out. There's a lot of people booked on that show. It was a Matt Garrett show. And if you want to do your research, you can figure out who was there. There was a lot of indie guys there. And one particular individual helped set up that ring, and it was Sylvain. And I was sitting there with the promoter, Matt Garrett, and the booker, and a lot of other people who were not wrestlers in the show. And some of the wrestlers in the show did help out, but I can tell you, Sylvain, he came out and he wanted to make it happen. And I've been in other situations like that, and they help out and they make it happen. They're there for this show. And there's many wrestlers on all levels that have those characteristics. Either they're there for the show or they're there for themselves.
Here's a theory I've got. I think unless you sell 100 tickets to the show, I think you should help with the ring. That's my theory. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'll think about it. I'm not going to disagree right away, but I mean, like if you did, like Sylvain Grenier, for example, here, he probably sold the most tickets for that show. He helped out. Like,
yeah,
the shit needs to get done. Do the damn shit. You know what I mean? Like, make the show happen.
Think,
are you proud of the product you're on or not?
I think it's just about supporting the show, But to Mike's point, I think the story goes is that they were at a show and none of the boys were helping with the ring, and there was like 2 people helping with the ring. So Jimmy, 50-year veteran Jimmy, got up and was helping with the ring, and none of the boys clued in that, well, maybe you should help with the ring if Jimmy's helping with the ring. So did you hear that story?
I only saw the post.
I saw the post.
Whatever Mike Clark posted, deleted. He did it a few times, and we'll get into that later.
Here's the thing with Mike. Mike's gone on record saying I'm his best friend. He's not my best friend, but he's gone on record saying I'm his best friend. And he used to call me literally like 9 times a day.
All right.
And then we had a falling out. He fucked me out of some money. And we still talk, but he calls me like 1 time a day. So in those times that he calls me,
he likes you. 8 times his life? I'm not a mathematician.
Maybe. But he's told me this story many times where Jimmy was helping with the ring and none of the boys, which includes Steve Brown, according to this post, didn't help with the ring. So we've expounded on that helping with the ring bit. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't really, but now let's dig in.
Can we pull up the post again? Okay. So what else is in here? Well, okay, wait. Do you think
play by play?
Do you think Steve Brown wrestles in street clothes?
There's some semblance there.
I don't think he has actual wrestling gear.
I mean, like I mentioned, we're talking a guy. He wrestles in Superman, Batman shirts. Like there's some semblance of wrestling gear there. Like he has a unique physique, and I want to put it out there right now to somebody out there in Ontario Indie. Wade Allen. Wade Allen is a guy. A physique, a corpulent man, very much akin and in the genre of a Steve Brown physique, and he lets it all hang out, and I really respect that.
I think wrestlers come in all shapes and sizes, so
absolutely,
I wouldn't shame someone just because they're obese.
I'm not shaming him. I'm putting it over, pal. I'm putting over the fact that he lets it all hang out, and it's
my thing is like we're professional athletes. And we should have some kind of training regime. And even if you're a guy like a Yokozuna or a Bam Bam Bigelow, those guys were athletic. And the thing with Steve Brown is that he really couldn't move much, even going back 5 years ago. So to see him wrestle now, he really can't move now.
One thing about this clip that's great, we got to see that physique in this match that I wanted to see on VCW TV.
You're spoiling it. You're spoiling it.
I'm sorry.
We're not supposed to talk about that yet.
We're not talking about that.
Why don't we?
We'll talk about that later.
Do you want to spoil it?
Well, we're gonna see his physique.
We have the video, so we're gonna break down the video,
and you're gonna see the video,
and you're gonna see the video, and
we're gonna talk about it, and you're gonna see.
First, we're talking about the posts, okay? So what else?
Spoiler alert!
What else did Mike Clark say?
All right, so where are we? You go.
Well, you're closer.
Okay. So where were we?
So
Cutting
we
a promo
talked about his
and
gear. We talked about Jimmy Hart.
throwing French
he's saying
fries.
he was throwing a bottle and a French fries. I don't know, but Adam at
He's
a
a
fan.
mentor.
So what? Okay, wait.
Street
How
clothes.
about
Street clothes?
how about we go here? Do you have any negative reactions with interactions with fans during a show, or do you have thoughts on how that goes?
I feel you can be more precise in your question.
Well, okay. So here's my thing.
I want to add one more thing, and we're talking about detail. We're talking about precision. And one thing you're gonna get here on the CastAsCastCan podcast is an autistic analysis that no others can provide and are capable of providing, with an eloquence and an IQ that is unparalleled in Ontario indie wrestling and probably any wrestling out there.
Well, I think when the fans come to the shows, they're not paying money to have garbage thrown at them. They're not paying money to have people spit on
Let
them
them throw the garbage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's whatever. The wrestlers got to deal with that. But like, I mean, realistically, the fans shouldn't throw garbage. There should be security.
That's right.
But like, I think if you're a heel and you have to resort to that to get heat, throwing garbage, spitting on a fan.
Is that what happened? Is that what was said here?
No.
You're the one. You're talking about spoilers.
We're not talking about the video. I'm talking just in general. I'm saying, like,
okay.
if you're a heel and you have to resort to those things to get heat, I think you're not a very good heel. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you have anything to add on that?
No. So let's back
so
on topic.
Do you want to? Okay, so we're
gonna go to the next
We
one.
picked that apart. Do you want to move on to the next post?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so we got another post here. Who's this post from?
So unfortunately, we didn't get all the replies capped from that initial post by Mike Clark. We want to be clear about it. He deleted that post. I mean, that's on brand. We've seen it when he posts about who's that guy, Matt Grant, or he posts about Buck Gunderson, saying how great Buck Gunderson is, and then everyone agrees with it, so he deletes the post. You know?
Yeah. So who is this? What's the name? Give me the name.
So we got Tim Gagnon.
Do you know Tim Gagnon?
Can't say.
Okay,
No.
I don't either.
Can't say. Could have put face.
I
to
guess
the name.
He's making light of the fact that Mike posts something and then deletes it, which actually is part of the reason why we're here. Because if you post something, why would you delete it?
Yeah, I don't get.
I don't know.
Especially sharing it in the board. I don't know.
On a message board, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Do you have anything else there? We move on.
Yes, absolutely. We'll move on. All right.
Oh,
here's one. I'm sure you're gonna have a lot to say about this. So say it.
Well, you got the screen.
Oh yeah, I'll read it.
You got the screen.
Yeah, I was there, and Steve Brown did not assault anyone. Nobody was assaulted or called any derogatory words. A fan got involved. Myself and some others threw the guy out. If you weren't involved in the situation, or even in the building for that matter, shut your mouth. Also, there were no French fries at play.
Interesting. Okay, let's sit on this for a bit.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he's taking the exact opposite end of what Mike Clark's saying. Does that sound right?
Yeah. There's some incongruence here.
There's so we got two sides of the story here.
Yeah.
And one side saying that there was an assault that took place on a fan. The other side saying there was not an assault that took place. But here's the thing: like, okay, there wasn't an assault, but there was a fan involvement. So how does that work?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm
not sure either. That's a
so.
little bit
Mike Clark
confusing.
is making specific claims that Steve Brown
Yeah.
went out of his way to involve a fan in a way that was inappropriate. Is that fair to say?
That's exactly what he said.
That's exactly what he said. All right, so let's move on.
Well, hang on, we're not done yet. Pull up the post again.
The next one.
No. Rex. So a fan got involved and was thrown out, but it was not an assault. And here's something: if you weren't involved, don't comment. What do you think about that? So, like, doesn't that seem a little bit suspicious to you?
Well, absolutely. Are only people who are live in the venue allowed
only
to comment?
people that are live in the venue allowed to comment. That's what that says.
Right. So obviously there's rumor and innuendo, and then there's footage. And maybe Mike Clark saw the footage. Could you imagine that?
But I think too, yeah. Well, there is footage out there, and we have it later, and it's coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems a little bit of a manipulation tactic that like if you weren't there, don't comment, right? So basically, now let's just put this out there. Say I'm friends with Steve Brown and he did something really stupid.
Yeah.
And I just say, well, if you weren't there, don't comment.
Yeah,
and
if
then
you weren't there, don't
change the story.
comment.
How's that work?
So you shouldn't back him up then either, should you?
I don't know. But this is kind
so
of.
you're saying based on that philosophy, if someone wasn't there, they shouldn't back him up. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, that's what we're looking.
That's
at.
the logic we're applying, and
But,
we're gonna look at things with logic and reason here.
I got one other point.
Who'd have thunk it?
I got one other point. No French fries were harmed. Is that a serious comment or a sarcastic comment?
Yeah. I mean,
like,
obviously,
are we to assume that there was French fries being waterboarded?
I mean, I'm sure there's
but then here's the thing
demographic
too.
for that
Like
sort of activity.
through my experience, it seems like when you add in humor, like this happens kind of a lot in like indie wrestling promos, where like the wrestlers kind of go out of their way to try to be funny. Mm-hmm. You notice that, right?
Yeah. And
I think really that's just a sign of anxiousness. What do you think about that?
I mean, I tend to agree.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm not sure what that last sentence meant. No French fries were harmed.
Well, it's obviously referring to the fact that it was brought up,
yes, there was an allegation that French fries were hurled at a fan, right?
Yeah.
But on the other end, they're saying no French fries were harmed.
So we're attempting to elicit perhaps a positive emotion from the readers in order to get them to side with the...
I don't know. I don't think I would put... If I was making a public statement to back up a friend, I don't think I would put that at the end.
I know, but we're coming at this with logic and reason, right? To destroy certain perspectives.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you apply logic and reason to this, I don't think I would put that statement at the end.
Right, but do we see logic and reason being applied in these situations or the matches with those involved? So yes, James, myself and yourself, we're applying logic and reason. But as we can see in Ontario indie wrestling, that's not the norm. Whether we see it in the ring or on the Ontario Facebook group or in the life choices of these individuals. Can you see a lot of logic and reason?
This is kind of what I think we're going to get into at some point. Maybe not so much today, but when you put a match together, I feel like it reflects you as a person. Do you feel that?
Yeah, and when because the match ended abruptly,
if you have a low level of intelligence, the match you put together will probably have a low level of intelligence.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, Rex is okay. Like,
as we get into this topic, James, some people might say, "And who the fuck are these guys to be talking about this? You know, what the fuck have they done?" We put our credentials up at the beginning. But, maybe we haven't been everywhere and done everything. But they also say that those who cannot do, teach. And guess what? You're looking and listening to a teacher. So sit down, get your notebooks, get in your desks, get your pencils, and open your ears.
I also don't really care. If you don't want to listen to me, don't.
You don't have to. But if you're asking that question and you're here and you're one of the views and the hate watchers, like all the people on the Ontario Indie boards.
That's a good thing, too, because, like, you get those posts on those controversial posts, and it'll have, like, a handful of likes, but everybody somehow sees it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But like, everybody's scared to interact with the post, because if I interact, I might get heat.
That's right. All right, so are we moving
on?
I
think we've
next.
Beat that to death. Let's move on to the next one.
What do we got here? Roger Saras II.
So he's reposting Rex Atkins' post.
Oh, yes, and he has some commentary. So we're getting mad at heels being heels now? Fans forgetting it's not real. Holy hell, some of you wouldn't survive in Piper's prime. How would you know, Roger? Were you in the locker room? Do you know what Piper did and what he talked about and didn't talk about with who he was in Piper's pit with? Anyhow, edit. It got better for the guy whining. Case closed. The case is closed, Runyon. We can close it. Put it aside. Yeah.
I think we reopened it.
Don't spread shit and shut the fuck up.
Who is that?
Roger Saras The
Do you know
second,
who that is? I
the
don't know. I
illustrious.
don't know who
No
it is.
idea.
Okay.
No idea. But there's one
but,
before him that he wants to mention.
Do you think that's heels being heels? What do you think about that?
I mean, was he there? Is he allowed to comment it according to Rex Atkins?
Yeah, that's a good point. Were you
Right?
there, Roger?
Do you have
Roger,
the
were you
T-Rex
there?
approval? Do you have the Sarah Piss approval?
Did Rex sign off on your opinion?
Yeah, did he sign off? Did he get the approval from his booker? Do we know all this information?
I don't know what his credentials are.
I don't know. Let's move on.
All right, what we got
Next. This might be quite small, but I'm going to read Dr. Stevel's post.
You know Dr. Steele, right?
Yeah. That is insane and unforgivable. Unforgivable. No French fries. Okay, so he's making a joke. That's
Wait,
fine.
I think these comments are from Roger's post, right? Yes. Yes.
Roger, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Gordo. Shout out to Gordo, the maintainer of the Ontario Indie Records site. I don't remember what it was exactly called, but keeping results for years when I started. A tremendous asset for years, a great manager. Gordo Laidlaw. Anyone who writes after the disgusting event, disgust like you're discussing, not revolting. Anyhow, last night at the Rock Pile, we're talking about Mike Clark's post here, everybody. Probably enjoys a belly button lint and earwax sandwich and shouldn't be let outside without a support worker.
This is probably after his post was deleted.
Yeah, it's after it was deleted. You know what? I don't necessarily disagree. Jay Irvine, what about other potato products? Okay, hash browns, wedges, mashed, baked. Was any food hurt? Okay, we're getting into the comedy here.
Well, the fans can do that. That's
okay. Fine. That's great.
That's the public.
Do it. Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
I'm all for this. I'm on board. Chris Meissner, what if he carries around a bag of frozen fries, hash browns, and he labels them as Steve Browns? That's great. Has Steve Brown ever had an idea that good? I don't know. Something to think about. Better than wearing a Batman shirt to the ring when you weigh in excess of 300 pounds? Maybe. Maybe not. You decide. Let us know in the comments.
Okay, but maybe his gimmick is he's Batman.
Next here. What do we got next? In response to Roger Saras II, the rising contributor in the Ontario Indie Board, we've got, what else do we have here? Deep down, Steve is a good egg. A good egg.
Oh, I like that one.
Way in capitals, emphasize, way deep down. You got to get real deep with Steve, I suppose, as corpulent as he is. You may or may not have to pay him too, though. And he has a picture posing with Steve Brown. What's he holding in his hand there?
I think that's a $5 bill.
It's a $5 bill.
Now
Steve
the
Brown
question is,
they
though.
neither look happy.
No, the question is though. Who is this guy?
This is James Fretz.
Okay, did James give the $5 bill to Steve because he likes him as a wrestler, or did Steve give the $5 bill to James so James could say that?
Or are they just holding it as some sort of bizarre inside joke, and they're both frowning, and it's something to do? Maybe it's a $5 wrestling reference, which is on brand for the Rock Pile, I suppose.
Yeah, the 12 fans that are there.
All right.
Okay, so these are just questions that we're just asking, and we're just trying to get to the bottom of this.
Wait, hold on.
What we got now?
I got to see what the last one was. Shit. All right, next. All right, next we got Brandon Warner. Long-winded story about how the business used to be. Arthur Lamborghini, the Lambo, says some of you wouldn't last in the time when half the people on TV were cokeheads who regularly beat the shit out of their wives. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with a fan, an accusation of assaulting a fan.
I think that's one of those things where, well, yes, but also this argument that the business has evolved, and it's evolved for the better, in the sense that all the wrestlers used to be cokeheads and all this.
All right, well, we don't know. Every generation has its issues, and, the next generation is going to criticize this one, and like,
that's true.
If you're going to study history, you can't really look at it that way. And how does he know whether they would last or not?
We don't know.
We don't know that. Well, tell him, Hawk. Okay. Great fan comment there. Swear every day from Curtis here. It's always something here. Yeah, there's always something going on, and that's why we love
Well,
it.
this is why we're here. This is
why
we're here.
We're why we're here.
Because we want to expound on this.
We're gonna get into the
There's
nitty
always
gritty
something
of it all. All right, and we
can't
got
wait-
some
I
response.
can't wait till Iron Spartan comes on here.
Oh boy. Let's see what he has to say about this podcast. Catch as catch can. Spar as spar can't. It has been that way since the message board days. Either Brett Farrell admitting and some mellow guy. Yes, that's the message board I was referring to. It used to happen there.
I wasn't around then.
Yeah, so if someone wants to make a podcast about those past posts and dig into that, maybe
Well,
that's
that'd be
something
good.
we'll do or something does and dig
be
into
good.
some historical aspects.
Historical controversies.
Historical bitching and vague posting. Maybe not so vague because they weren't using their real names on Facebook. Verified. I missed the post, Curtis says, but then Facebook glitched showing me even though it was deleted. I screenshotted it. Okay, so did we, and we got lots of stuff you'll be interested in that was captured. Moving on.
Moving on to the next one.
Boom. Mike McKelvey. What a fucking loser. Who? Mike Clark or
Wow.
Steve Brown?
That's pretty vicious.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll decide who once we see the clip. Who's a
We're
loser?
gonna-
Who's a liar? Liar? A
we're gonna see
loser?
the
A
clip.
lawyer? I don't know. Is he talking about Rex too? That's a possibility, I suppose.
Oh,
You
true.
mean he made a post that wasn't about me, Matthew Grant? I suppose I could say the same thing.
Wait, what is that?
Matt Grant. You mean
Matt
he made
Grant,
a post
what
that
did he
wasn't
say?
about 21 laugh reacts or reacts?
What did he say?
You mean he made a post that wasn't about me?
Well, that's a fair comment because Mike Clark posts
Absolutely.
about him a lot.
And that's why I said I could say the same thing.
But I mean, realistically, Matt, if you want Mike Clark to stop posting about you, should show him your tax returns. Is that fair?
Tell me more.
I mean, if we're talking about success, being a successful wrestler, I think really what it comes down to is the amount of money that you make.
Well, it depends what Mike Clark's criticizing. I don't want to get derailed here. We can talk about Matt Grant. Matt Grant, we can
Yeah.
talk about it with you. We can
We-
get
we
into
can-
it. And Mike Clark and Matt Grant.
We can move
that.
on from there.
But we will do that for now. Roger Saras, the originator of the post, says, I honestly don't read this group often and saw someone whining about knocking fries out of someone's hand. Is that really all you saw about? Because you're commenting about something much different.
So get him with the French fries.
Yeah. Joe Hagan. Shout out to Joe Hagan,
Joe Hagan,
IPW
what's up?
ring announcer.
I know. Finally, someone I know.
Yeah. If you feel left out, just give it a few minutes. Eric Blondin, I'm still not over what Igor Sanovich did to you. Okay, now they're getting into Joe Hagan dirt. We don't need that today.
Oh Jesus, that was funny. That'll do
All
it.
right, now what
we
are
get into
these
that, we'll go
reacts we're
over.
seeing now? We're seeing 18 laugh reacts.
Oh, so we included this because we had 21 smiling reacts. Is that correct on Matt Grant's comment? These
no,
are the
21 reacts.
These are the ones.
18 are
These are the
laughs.
people that liked that comment. So there
Two
must
hearts.
be some Matt Grant fans.
and one like.
Because I think the reason why this was important is because most of the comments have like 1 like, 2 likes. And this got 21. That's
Yeah.
significant.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So do you know any of these people here?
I mean, Shiloh Pauly, that's
Okay.
a girl wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Mike McKelvey, referee. Brad Myers, referee. Michelle Lath. Oh yeah, I know that's Steve Brown's. That's Steve Brown's lady interest, I think, involving herself in the Ontario board. So maybe she's on limits now, being involved here.
So
We'll see about that.
We got some the support for Matt Grant here.
Joe Hagan, Dave Bullard, Sam Hall out of Oshawa. There,
yeah.
What does he do? He does the
He's like
vintage
yeah.
suspenders guy.
Yeah.
Bobby Baggs, Chrissy Bowman, Jane Gilmore. Who else do we got here?
We got the next one.
All right. Brian Renda, referee Aaron Grant. I'm assuming.
I think that's his wife.
Yeah, Adam Battersby.
Oh, Battersby.
Yeah,
Oh, I know him.
Tyler Arrow, Keegan Peter McCusker, Jordan McElwain, Noah Hubbard, Daniel Dart, the fat kid himself.
So it looks like a lot of the boys are behind Matt Grant.
Yeah, Kai Touchette Rurari. Shout out to Rurari with his video clips. Let's go.
Yeah. What is he has Instagram or something?
He's got Instagram. He's got Facebook. He
Yeah,
posts
it's
a lot of-
great.
I love what you do there.
Yeah.
Always get to see you at Eclipse.
Like more comments
As
so we
long
can
as
talk
when
about
that was
some more.
going on, yeah, we'll talk to Rory.
Okay,
We'll
what
get
else we
into
got?
that. All right, what do we got? Another screen grab of Rex Atkins. I was there from Steve
Oh,
Chubbo.
wait. We got someone that was there.
Well, this is someone screen grabbing Rex Atkins' post.
Right?
Roger Strass says, Mike Clark looks like you're a fucking idiot. What makes you say that, Roger? Roger, why is he a fucking idiot? Because Rex Atkins made a post with no evidence
Well,
or proof?
So again, if Rex said it, it must be true.
Right, that's what we're gathering here. And if you weren't there, you shouldn't comment on it. Roger Saras, were you
Yo,
there?
Buck, we weren't there.
I'm
We
not.
weren't
I
there.
wasn't there. I wasn't there, but whoever recorded the video was. All right. And
The video
Roger,
we have.
I don't think you were there. That's right. Bop, bop, bop. Steve Chubbo, thanks for the info. As I said, I wasn't there, so it's not for me to judge. Oh, you can only judge it if you were there, right?
I don't like this prevailing opinion that's going on here.
Interesting. You can't judge it, even if you saw it, you heard about it. You can't have opinions unless you were seeing something live, I suppose. Does that go for all wrestling or only Ontario indie wrestling where certain figures are involved, certain brown stains on the industry?
It goes for anything. Were you
I
at
don't know.
9/11?
You know what?
So I don't think you can have an opinion on that.
You know, we'll have to agree to disagree for now. Kelly Job. She always gets into it in Mike Clark, doesn't she?
Oh yeah. And Mike,
I don't know who
and
she
Mike
is.
calls me and rants about it.
Oh, really? Eh? He's quite interested in Kelly Job's opinion. All right. At the risk of hating myself more so than usual. Oh, you hate yourself? That's sad to hear, Kelly. What did Mike say this time? He deleted whatever it was because of course he did. When does he ever not? All truth here, Kelly. All truth.
Kelly, don't hate yourself.
Don't do that. You know, don't let Mike Clark.
But that comment's pretty on point.
It is.
Yeah, he deletes it.
Sasha O'Mara, the way I screenshotted this because I knew he was going to delete it. Okay, so we see Mike Clark's post. This is the other one.
Here, wait. Actually,
discussing.
we can make a public service announcement maybe. From now on, when a controversial post goes up, we all screenshot it and send it to the email that we're going to post later.
All right.
And then we can talk about it.
Absolutely.
Because what's the point of posting it if it doesn't get talked about?
So I want to zoom in on this one because we didn't see this post from Mike. Are we? What's this?
Is that it? Yeah. There you go.
So we're gonna zoom in on Mike here because we have a screenshot grab that we didn't grab that's here. So we're gonna see after the disgusting event last night at the Rock Pile. Last night involving a wrestler assaulting a fan. Let's see if there is any backlash or if said wrestler gets a pass. I'll be waiting. Let's see if it's selective canceling.
The way you read that was funny.
Well, this is the pot calling the kettle black here, but
So
it
wait,
doesn't mean it's not true.
There was multiple posts that were put up and deleted. Is that correct?
Well, there's at least two for Mike Clark.
Because we didn't see that one.
Thank you, Sasha O'Mara.
Okay.
For screen capping this one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mike McKelvey just simply, very succinctly, what a fucking loser. Which loser are we talking about? I imagine Mike Clark, but why is he a loser? I can think of some reasons, but are they related to this situation? Not necessarily, as we shall see.
So wait, how many more of these we got?
I don't know. He made a post that wasn't about me. Oh, Matt Grant, we already got that. All right, we're boom. All right, next.
Okay.
Brent Phillips, what did I miss? Let me tell you a little story. Brent Farrell here. Respect Brent Farrell. Respected worker, in the past here in Ontario.
He doesn't wrestle anymore, right?
Doesn't wrestle anymore. Lots of great stories about him. Here's one he's telling us about an encounter with a heel. If you want to pause and zoom in on that, absolutely. Does it apply here? I don't think necessarily, because we don't have all the information. Perhaps this is based on the hearsay. Maybe Brett will have a different opinion once he sees the footage. Yeah, have a look.
I hope he's watching.
Mike Jay's Philanis. I met him a couple times at Squared Circle. He was at that show, he says. Also, Hammer Eats Butter. Classic comment from the Ontario board that I remember. Moving on.
It seems like there's a lot of prevailing opinion that nothing wrong was done. What
That's
do you think
right.
about that?
It seems that way. It seems a lot of these posts are...
Mike Clark is adamant that it was disgusting, even though he spelled disgusting wrong. it was disgusting what went down, but it seems like the opposition is much more loud.
Absolutely. And furthermore, if we are to believe Rex Atkins, then these commenters are going against his philosophy of commenting when they weren't there.
Well, that's a
So,
point too.
Yeah. Davin Christensen, the proprietor, the promoter, the booker, the 500-pound gorilla of the promotion in question at the Rock Pile, says, Mike Clark can go eat a dick. He wasn't there last night. Long story short, shit got out of hand, an apology was made and accepted. Like Rex said, if you weren't there or not involved, shut the fuck up.
Well,
Really?
I think you have to define what shit got out of hand means.
Yes.
Right?
And because an apology was made, that means we can't talk about it. That means we're forbidden to talk about something in wrestling because someone apologized.
It's a non-issue, I guess. I'm not giving an opinion.
So apology was made and accepted. Okay, good. But that doesn't mean that as viewers of a public professional wrestling event that was recorded, we are forbidden to talk about it. Is that what it means? Is that what pro wrestling has come to in 2025, Runyon?
That seems to be a prevailing opinion.
Revolting.
So I'd say they're saying if you're not there, you shouldn't comment.
Yeah.
And they're saying that no wrongdoing was done, possibly because an apology was given.
So all your podcasts, all your watch-alongs where you're watching New Japan at 4 in the frickin' morning and enjoying yourself and talking with your 3 other viewers, shut down your podcast because you're talking about an event you weren't at, all right? And if you got a problem with it, talk to Sarah Piss, all right?
Is there a podcast where the guy goes to every show that he talks about?
Tell me,
Is there a podcast of a guy that goes to every show that he talks about?
I mean, maybe we can make it happen. Maybe we can.
Do it.
Maybe
we
Rex
can be the
Atkins.
first.
Maybe Rex Atkins can do what we're doing because we've gone full Gandhi here. We're being the change we want to see in the world. We want to name names. We want you to as well. Maybe Rex Atkins can shut up about any show unless he was at it, and he can hold people's feet to the fire and fans' feet to the fire and say, "Hey, if you weren't there, shut up."
And eat a dick.
Don't talk about it. Don't post about it.
And eat a dick.
Don't post a photo. Don't retweet. Don't re-Instagram or whatever the hell they call it. Shut up unless you were there. Let's go, Rex. All right. Next, we got a Barney Gumble. All right, so he's drunk.
So this I think
Joe Thornington.
Wait, let's flesh this out because this is kind of what we're talking about at the beginning, where it's these vague, indirect posts. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think Barney Gumble's in reference to? You've seen The Simpsons, right?
Yes. So Barney Grumble, a famous alcoholic character from The Simpsons,
and he's clearly inebriated in the picture.
Absolutely.
So,
belching.
Who have we talked about today that's an alcoholic?
I mean,
Mike Clark.
People are making accusations. Again, I'm not going to bring.
You know what? We shouldn't comment on what goes on with Mike Clark because we weren't.
From what we've seen in these posts, and again,
there.
we weren't there. We're only commentating on what we're seeing digitally. All right, I saw it digitally. But other people saw it. It's public perception.
But
I'm not going to talk about my personal situations with these individuals.
But there's I think it's fair to say that there are accusations or rumors that Mike Clark likes to drink.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying, but we weren't there. So,
All right, Joe Thornington, did you have a good idea about Mike Clark's drinking habits, I suppose? That's what you're saying?
He was there.
Oh, he was there.
He might have been. I've been there.
All right, so we got a couple of these Barney memes. I get it.
What's this?
We're coming on the last one here, perhaps?
Ruari.
Always great to see your clips. Were you there? I don't know. Is Rex going to tell you to shut up? I don't know. Is he going to tell us to shut up? I don't know. I don't care.
Rex might only tell you to shut up if he doesn't like you.
Correct. Or if he disagrees with your opinion.
Or
we'll see if maybe he'll change his tune. And maybe
he hasn't seen the footage. Or did he?
He said he was there.
He said he was involved with the separation of this altercation.
Yes, he ejected.
The altercation that necessitated separation, but there was no assault.
Right. So separation was
So
necessitated.
I think do you have any? I think we've riffed on this quite a bit, but do you have any other thoughts on everything that we've just gone through?
So let's just lay it all down here. So we've had the accusation made by Mike Clark. We've had refutations. We've had people saying not to comment about it unless you were there. But the people who commented on it that weren't there, that were anti Mike Clark and pro Rex were supported. Is that fair to say, Ronnie?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
So now let's take a look. Let's see what actually happened.
We've got the video, and we're now going to play.
Let's roll it. All right.
Hey, film this! Yeah! Right here.
That's it.
So there
Wow,
it is.
Okay, there we go.
So there it is.
Now we've seen the footage.
So Runyon, well, let's break it down. What did we see there in the brown incident? One of the many brown stains in the rock pile.
Well, I mean, you didn't see any French fries, did you?
I didn't see any French fries.
No. So I'm curious how the French fries got involved.
I'm not sure. I mean,
But I got nothing there. But so Steve Brown threw garbage at a fan unprovoked.
absolutely. He drew first blood. Steve Brown drew first blood.
I think we talked about this earlier. Like, what are you throwing garbage at fans for? Are you stupid?
The fans are there to interact. The fans are there to make noise. The fans are there to buy French fries, to buy beer. And now you're invading their personal space?
Yeah.
What do you expect?
I don't think that's good.
You disrespected their body, and they threw it right back. Tit for tat. That's called a receipt in the ring, and they gave it to you because they have self-respect. Do you have self-respect, Steve Brown?
Well,
Do you have self-respect covering yourself up?
then
You let it all hang out later. Do you have any
Well,
self-respect?
But then Steve Brown goes up with his self-respect and pushes the fan.
That's right.
Is that what happened?
So let's get the events in order here. Steve Brown threw the bottle. The bottle was thrown back at Steve Brown. Steve Brown shoved the fan.
Well, I think it was a push.
Shove.
That was a full-on
Tomato,
push.
tomato.
No, because the shove, I think a push is harder than a shove.
All right.
But that's assault.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely assault.
And whether or not an apology was given is irrelevant.
Absolutely.
Because if an apology was given, guess what? That means you were in the wrong. Whoever apologized had to have been in the wrong, didn't
I
they?
wish I was at the apology.
Didn't they?
I wish I was at the apology, then I could give an opinion on that.
If you have to apologize for something, are you usually in the right? No.
No.
You're wrong, and as we can see from the video and the sequence of events and what clearly happened, a certain individual was in the wrong. A certain brown stain was laid upon that venue.
Steve Brown pushes the fan. The fan pushes back because,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this fan has self-respect.
Absolutely.
So the fan pushes back, which then
Good for
causes
him.
Steve to grab the fan
Uh-huh.
and hurl him to the ground.
That's right.
That's what happened.
Then Steve,
Which
he wanted to take it further.
which is further assault. That's aggravated.
It looks like he wanted to take it further. He didn't remove himself from the situation. He didn't wait for security. He didn't try and separate himself.
Okay, so that's my next point. Like it kind of looked like the fan beat up the Bone Crusher, Steve Brown. Am I wrong there or no?
Well, I was going to get to that next. I was
okay.
rooting for the fan. I'm going to tell you, I was watching this. I was rooting for the fan. That fan got that single leg, and if it wasn't for that stage of the rock pile, Steve would have been taken down.
This is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Steve would have been on his ass
That's
from a
right.
fan.
That's
The
right.
Bone Crusher would have been taken down and put on his ass by a fan.
It was tremendous. And Steve was somehow, I don't know if he was going for a pile driver or a power bomb.
Well,
and like,
But this goes back to my point earlier. Like, Steve really can't move much. And
As the fans-
as a professional athlete.
the fan had the back of his head up against Steve Brown's taint, and Steve Brown went for a waist lock, and it looked like he was lifting him. Like, tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, I
Let
mean-
us know in the comments. And the fan smartly went for a single leg and got the advantage. And if it wasn't for whoever separated him, I didn't see Rex there, whoever removed the fan from the situation, Steve
Actually,
would have been in trouble.
That's a good point, too. Rex wasn't in that video, was he?
I didn't see him.
Unless he was wearing some kind of disguise or incognito.
Unless he came in, at the last minute to get some credit at the end and
Yeah, maybe.
wiped his hands
and then,
after
and
the
then
fan
tell
was
people,
ejected.
Tell people to not tell people that he wasn't there.
That's right. Perhaps. This is speculation. I wasn't there.
Well, okay, so then they were separated, and Steve Brown's shirt got ripped, which I think is kind of that kind of ties into what you're talking
Best
about.
thing that ever happened to Steve Brown. Best thing that ever happened.
You
to
had
Rock
an issue
Pile.
with him where you were at odds about what gear he should
Steve
wear.
Brown-
and then he ripped off his gear.
You're so unique. Why do you want to look like everybody else in the rock pile? You've got that big corpulent physique. There's Wade Allen, he's rocking it out there. And you're covering it up with Batman and Superman logos. I don't get it. Do you, Runyon?
I mean, if I'm a professional wrestler, I wouldn't make Batman or Superman my gimmick.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think Batman and Superman already are a gimmick, right?
There's so much else to talk about. There's so much meat on the bone here in this match. I mean, Tomer's involvement, the promo beforehand, the match itself, and maybe we'll get into that later. But now
I
is
think
not
that's
the time
another
for
episode,
that.
'cause we've
That's
gone
another
kinda long
episode.
here.
We're going so long. All right. And I know they say length isn't what matters, it's girth, and especially in the case of Steve Brown, perhaps that's true. And I appreciated us getting to see the full Brown in this situation. And I don't know if I have much more to add here, Jamie. If you have anything to add, whether you're in the Ontario Indie Group or on our Facebook or anywhere else where we post this, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, this is CastAsCastCan. I'm Mr. Marvelous. You are Caden Felix. And I think we hammered this home pretty good.
Yes.
We saw the video. We discussed. We looked at the comments before, and we got a lot of perspectives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, so we're gonna present this, and we're just gonna see kind of what happens now. Is that fair?
Yeah. Take it home.
But I
Take
think
it home. Take it
I
home,
think the
pal.
biggest thing.
Take it home.
I think the biggest thing is no. Don't. I gotta take it home. The biggest thing is that we talked a bit about these vague posts and these indirect statements going up on these Facebook pages and then deleted posts. And I think what we're gonna say is that if you're gonna make a post like that, we're gonna find you, and we're going to talk about it.
And it's not going to be vague. It's going to be explicit.
It's
So catch it as you can.